Make sure to check out my Patreon for exclusive videos never before seen on YouTube. And don't forget to also check out the memberships on my channel page to join and gain access to perks and see videos early. Make sure to click the subscribe button and hit the bell and be notified of new videos. All the support goes to the production of the channel for better content. Now let's get into the video. What if Goku was a mutant Saiyan? And before the video starts, I want to thank everybody for 18,000 subscribers, meaning we're only 2,000 away from our goal of 20,000, so make sure to subscribe and press the bell for notifications of new videos. And if you like this series, let's hit 300 likes. The original idea for this what if is what if Goku was a mutated Saiyan, having Frieza and Broly's potential. But that would make him far too OP for the what if, but I do want to create my own twist to this. He will be a mutated Saiyan for sure, but I wanted to save the original idea to honor it. So anyways, let's do this video at 300 likes, and I will continue on to the next part. On planet Vegeta, Bardock was running as fast as he could, being battle damaged from before and of his allies being destroyed. And this is right after he warned the Saiyans of Frieza arriving, but none of them listened to him. He was soon arriving at the chambers where his son, Goku, was in a pod with a strange liquid, as Bardock had something special. Earlier, when he was running away from the allies, he stole this from the royal chambers. It was a DNA codex. This tech holds all the generations of the Saiyans' DNA and abilities into one. King Vegeta was wishing to use this on his own son when he was grown, make him the strongest Saiyan in history. Having abilities as Saiyans have forgotten generations ago. As Bardock stumbled and arrived, seeing his son, he had a moment as he put his hand on his son the first time he truly saw him. He would then put the ancient codex into the system, as it would then turn into particles and fuse into the child's DNA itself, greatly increasing his abilities and unlocking special things that he never knew was possible. Bardock quickly prepares a space pod, as it was a few minutes from launch, as Gine was there, setting up the course for Earth. King Vegeta in this what if did not die on Frieza's ship. He would arrive seeing what Bardock has done, as Bardock would scowl at him, stating that no matter what, his son will live, and that the Saiyans have won. They cannot stop Frieza's wrath, but his son, he will become the universe's light and protector. He is the future. King Vegeta was furious, yelled at him that the codex was for his son, not some low-level trash child who can never control that kind of power. As King Vegeta would then charge in, Bardock would actually block his attack and gut punch the king into the wall. King Vegeta was shocked. How is a low-class level Saiyan able to even match his power? Bardock would then smirk as he would spill a bit of blood, as he states that he should never underestimate a Saiyan's power. As Bardock would begin powering up, King Vegeta's scouter would then beep, reading that his power level was over 11,000. As they would clash back and forth, Gine looks at the pod glass, and she had tears, as she smiled, telling her son to grow strong. The planet is rich and vibrant in resources, safe from the hands of Frieza. As Bardock had King Vegeta in a headlock, the space pod would then launch off, sending Goku far off into space. Now nearby, Frieza was soon arriving, as he would actually see the space pod, but he would then tell his men to leave it, as it has zero threat to him anyway. Bardock would then fly to space, and he would still challenge Frieza after killing King Vegeta, challenging Frieza head-on like the original timeline. But sadly, it would not be enough, and he would still be destroyed, alongside with planet Vegeta. Goku would still be found by Grandpa Gohan just like before, and he would still hit his head falling off of the cliff, but this actually wouldn't wound him, which shows how durable the baby was. Already, he was wild and more angry, as Goku never got the head injury, but over time, he would mellow down much more, be gentle and happy, having such a good father figure, such as Grandpa Gohan. Now during his training, he was actually able to fly, and his ki abilities were amazing, far beyond what Grandpa Gohan thought. At his age, he's already flying, which most cannot do. Goku was already very powerful. He was able to lift boulders with a finger, and he was able to leap great distances and fly across the planet at fast speeds. Once the full moon hit, like the original, Goku transformed into a great ape. This, like the original, was when Grandpa Gohan prepared to save his son. He would then begin attacking the great ape, charging a Kamehameha. Would then stop, as then the large ape would then talk, saying how cool this was, and that Goku had full control. This was in this timeline, Goku being a mutant, instantly he had full control over his Uzaru power. As he was very powerful, Grandpa Gohan sensed his power grew tenfold. As this changes the Dragon Ball timeline shortly, Grandpa Gohan never passed away in this timeline, giving him more time to train Goku, even teaching him techniques like the Kamehameha Wave, and telling him about his teachers such as Master Roshi. Now one summer, a young woman would arrive, as Goku here has more manners, and has a little bit better education. Not hitting his head, he is lighthearted, but he is more mature for his age, and not as goofy acting. Grandpa Gohan welcomed her for tea, as she explained that she was looking for the Dragon Balls, and Grandpa Gohan would agree to hand it over. But the others, from what he knows, are very dangerous. Maybe his son can come along, it'll be good for him to go on his own adventure as he's old enough, and help her. Bulma thinks it's a good idea, as Goku was able to pick up her car with just his hand, so maybe it's a good idea to have somebody like this as a bodyguard. By this point, they would still meet the turtle and Roshi, which Grandpa Gohan would even speak to Roshi himself, that if Roshi was ever interested to help his son grow stronger one day, Roshi would actually agree and grant Goku Nimbus, which he can ride on, and the 3-star Dragon Ball. They would then stop the terrible Oolong and anyone else in their path. Goku is a little more brutal and more serious. He gets his blood pumping if there was someone who looked strong. Goku was still a Saiyan after all. So pure-hearted, Saiyan. Goku was still hungry just like before when he was fighting Yamcha, but since Goku was much more powerful in this what if, Yamcha would actually not be able to knock him out. This would only irritate Goku. He would actually nearly kill Yamcha, as Yamcha either way would still survive and follow them just like before. Roshi would actually use the Kamehameha Wave to destroy the mountain to put out the fire, where they would find the 7-star Dragon Ball like the original. In this timeline, Pilaf could not trap all of them in, since Goku can control his grade 8 form, and in base form his strength and power is so high that he can easily get out with his strength alone. Since Goku and Krillin become Roshi's students, Goku has been far surpassing Krillin already, which would make Roshi have to kind of switch up his training a little bit for just Goku, as Goku was far stronger and faster than Krillin. Lifting rocks and boulders was easy for Goku, as one night he would even show off his grade 8 form. Roshi would need to increase the weight of the shells, even using massive boulders to help Goku train. Goku was also growing at a much faster rate than Roshi thought, as it was already stronger than Roshi by this point, as Roshi knows that he needs to keep up his training and actually stay in shape, as now he has a goal, as he wants to be strong enough to train his students. During the 21st World Martial Arts Tournament, Goku would easily blitz past any opponent in his way. Now Goku would actually have a good battle with Roshi, but Goku wasn't truly damaged, but Roshi was actually a lot more powerful because he's been training hard to grow stronger. And what really saved him was that Roshi knows how Goku fights, as he taught him himself. He has much more experience. But Goku would still win, and he would spend all of his money. This was when the Red Ribbon Army arrived, and Goku would easily defeat Colonial Silver and the Muscle Tower. Goku would not lose to General Blue, nor Mercenary Tao, but he would still fly to the top of Korn's Tower to train the other way by drinking the Ultra Divine Water, making him stronger. As this time Goku would make it more personal, as he knows that they are around the world and that the Red Ribbon Army is dangerous. He would then fly all around the planet, destroying the Red Ribbon Army, which he would actually kill Dr. Gero, but Red Ribbon Army officials would survive for their arc. Goku would never go into the Baba Battle Arena during the 22nd World Sports Tournament. For cutting forward, he would actually be able to defeat Tien Shinhan. Krillin would still be killed by Tambourine. Just like before, Demon King Piccolo would be overpowered by Goku. As Goku easily killed his children, Goku easily overpowers this old version of the Piccolo. Goku would then make a cocky choice. As he's Saiyan, he would even allow Demon King Piccolo to wish for immortality. Say, he would let him wish for his youth. As Roshi would then beg him not to do this, Goku would then shut him up. As then, Demon King Piccolo was ready, now at full strength and with a young body. He would then punch Goku through the mountain, as each fist felt like a nuclear bomb hitting Goku. As the mountainside exploded, Demon King Piccolo flew into the air, charging a massive blast, as it turned the entire mountain range into dust and rubble. The Z-Fighters would then stare in shock, as Demon King Piccolo laughed, saying that what a fool he was for letting him get his younger body, as he has no chance against this version of Piccolo. Until Goku would then appear, making Demon King Piccolo laugh and then is stopped in his tracks. As Goku walks forward with a smirk, his clothes were damaged and he had some light scratches on him. His Saiyan blood was pumping more than he ever thanks Piccolo as one now different. This one really got his blood flowing. Goku's eyes was then yellow. As the great ape within him was wiling out within his body, he begins mutating. As Goku walks, he swells in size, being 2 feet taller, and his muscles swell in size as well as his hair rises more, his eyes glowing a yellowish color, and even his teeth getting sharper like the great ape. Tail was more wild and whipping around, power level spikes tenfold, as he would then charge in, gut punching Demon King Piccolo, making him spit blood. As it punched him so hard, the force blew a hole into his stomach. Demon King Piccolo, in his dying motive, would then spit an egg, begging him to make revenge. As Goku would then grab the back of his neck, he would then charge a ki blast and completely destroy Demon King Piccolo. The others then get into a fighting stance, as they don't know if this is really the same Goku anymore. He would then smile as his friends as she would then shrink back to normal, as he hasn't felt that alive in ages. He was kind of disappointed though. It was over, honestly, way before he wished it was. He wished he could have fought him way longer. And he doesn't know what that weird power was, but it felt really natural to him. Krillin was still revived, just like before. And other than this is when Kami would then make himself known and offer to train Goku. As this version, Kami never restored the moon, and since Goku has control, he never removed his tail. Alongside with Popo, they would then teach Goku their ways, and they would put him inside the hyperbolic time chamber. Once Goku walks into the gravity, it pulls him for a second, but he adapts near instantly thanks to his Saiyan genetics. Now, within him, he was able to spend the entire year within the hyperbolic time chamber. As remember, with how much more durable he is, he would actually be able to survive it. Now, as for the 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament, this is where some changes are going to occur. As upon the Z-Fighters, Goku would arrive, happy to see his friends. As this time meeting Chi-Chi, Goku never promised to marry her like before, but she still wanted to as she does have feelings for him. As during their fight, she would ask Goku if he can be with her. Goku wouldn't mind it, if she can prove herself. As remember, Saiyans want strong females. Chi-Chi would give Goku all she has, as Goku would knock her off the ring. He thinks that she's strong, he's the strongest lady that he's ever fought before, but definitely her stubbornness and her pride definitely piques his interest. As he would actually agree to start going out with her and seeing her, he would then see Piccolo. The two meeting as Piccolo Jr. has been training hard to kill this mortal human. In his way, Goku would be easily dispatched, easily taking out Tien. As true, Tien is a very powerful warrior, but Goku's raw strength and speed alone, far too much for anybody. Goku easily able to overpower Tien and knock him out of the arena. Now with Goku going into the final round, Piccolo and Goku battle each other, both of them trading blows back and forth, as it seemed equal, as both were not moving one another. As Piccolo scoffed, he would then begin removing his weighted clothes as he charges in at Goku faster than before. He gives Goku powerful combos, slamming him into the ring, as Piccolo fired a massive beam, destroying most of the arena. Everybody was worried, as then Goku appeared from the rubble. Piccolo was a little damaged, as he made fun of Piccolo, telling him if that's all he really had, then he's just as weak as his father was. Piccolo was furious. Then Goku would begin powering up his base form, shocking Piccolo. At the rate it's rising, Goku easily overpowered Piccolo, as he would then fly in, delivering a powerful gut punch to Piccolo, knocking him out of the arena. But he didn't kill him, because if Kami dies, then the Dragon Balls would be gone as well. Afterwards, Goku would marry Chi-Chi over time, and they would still have their son Gohan in a similar time frame. Now, with Goku being a little more Saiyan-like mentally, he would be a little more strict on training Gohan with Chi-Chi, explaining that he needs to be strong, and he works out a deal with Chi-Chi, explaining that Gohan can do training with not studying as long as his grades are up, which Chi-Chi over time would then agree. Gohan would enjoy spending time with his father and not being shoved books in his face all day, as 5 years would then pass. Gohan was stuck on the log in the waterfall, but this time Gohan was actually able to jump and lay down. As Gohan here is actually pretty strong for his age, as Gohan already has a power level of 100, and he was only 5 years old. This is when Goku would then meet Gohan on Nimbus, and they would head over to Master Roshi's house. Now, once when they arrived, he would then introduce Gohan to his friends, as Bulma was excited to see this child. But then, far off, we now have Raditz. Raditz would still arrive on the planet just like before, searching for his brother. He knows something about the Codex was put inside of him, and that maybe he could be a strong asset for killing Frieza. But you have to make a reminder that Raditz doesn't really know all about it. He just knows that his father did something to him. This is when Raditz would then arrive at Master Roshi's house. Gohan, who was a little bit scared, but actually was a bit more brave. Goku would then hand off Gohan to his friends, and he would fight Raditz alone. Raditz would then explain who he is, and that Goku was a Saiyan, from a being of species that was pirates almost. They were conquerors who went around other planets and sold and traded them. He would then tell Goku that his mission was to completely destroy planet Earth so they can sell it for the highest bidder, and he would tell him to join him. Raditz would then tap his scour, seeing that Goku had a power level of 750, which is not too bad, but of course a lot weaker than him. This is when Goku would then tell Raditz that he would never do something like that, and he doesn't care who he is. Goku has not gotten the planet destroyed, so Goku would then give one warning to the planet or he will destroy him. Raditz would then laugh, as Raditz would then tell him that that's quite a sense of humor you got. As then both of the men would then fly off, they would begin their battle. As Raditz would then charge in, throwing a few blows at Goku, but Goku was easily able to catch his fist and he threw them across the ocean. Raditz, in anger, would then charge up and fire his double Sunday attack, as Goku would actually take the blast head on. He would then stand there, his top G having tears on it, but he wasn't damaged at all. He was smirking. Raditz was in shock. His power level was only 750. How was he able to survive that attack? Goku tells him that he can never destroy what he is, friend. Raditz would soon become a coward, which would actually make Goku feel a little bit less sympathy, as this man came to kill his friends. Then cowers like a roach? To a real fighter, this makes no sense to him. Goku gives him one chance to leave the planet, never returning. Raditz would then smirk, saying that there are two Saiyans 10 times what he is, now going to come to this world and destroy it. As Goku then gut punched Raditz, he would then instantly fall to the ground defeated. As in the hospital, in special locking mechanisms, Raditz was actually held down recovering. As Goku spared his life, Raditz would still warn him in more detail about the two Saiyans arriving, as they have about a year to train to defeat them. Goku would actually keep an eye on Raditz, who by this point has retired his old life, as he doesn't want to live like that no more. As then, Goku would then take Raditz in, and him and Raditz would actually grow stronger together as brothers, as then this time around, they would have 1 year to train. even using the likes of the hyperbolic time chamber to grow even stronger. Raditz would then be training alongside with Goku. Raditz would even find his own lady. He would then find Launch, who did have a nice session up to the end, but he always kept on avoiding her for so long that she kind of gave up searching for him. So Launch would actually get with Raditz for, and then Raditz would actually live near Son Goku's home, as he doesn't really have much of a place to live, so he would actually stay where Grandpa Gohan lived. As Grandpa Gohan is still alive in this timeline, so he would actually give Raditz a place to stay. Now, with them having a place to stay, Raditz would then continue to grow stronger, and he would change his ways, not being the same man like he used to. This is when, after a year of training, Gohan as well has also grown a lot, as Goku takes it very seriously to make sure that his son is as strong as possible. Piccolo Jr. makes himself known, and Piccolo would then explain to Goku that they need to work together for once, as if they don't, these Saiyans will ruin his plan at World Nation. Goku would then agree, and him and Piccolo would kind of form a rival-like situation. Both of them training together, and even Piccolo fighting Raditz, Piccolo was actually able to grow stronger as well. This, far off in the city, Vegeta and Nappa have arrived. They would still destroy the city. As the Z Fighters arrive, Vegeta then scowled at Goku, as he knows about what happened. Nappa steps up first, as he battles Raditz, who was actually able to mash the large Saiyan, and he would actually overpower him. Vegeta was shocked, as Nappa was far stronger than Raditz was. How is it that within a year, he was able to grow this powerful? This is when Vegeta would actually make the Cybermen to attack the Z Fighters, as if they all jump him, that could be a bit of a problem. With Nappa's rage fueled, he would continue on attacking Raditz with everything that he has. Raditz would then smirk and dodge the attack, as he would then deliver a powerful gut punch to Nappa, kicking him away. As while Nappa and him might be similar like in strength, Raditz was still stronger, but Raditz had a very calm head on his shoulders, being taught by Goku and Piccolo. As Nappa was raged and he wasn't thinking right. This is when Nappa would then charge up a powerful mouth beam, throwing it right at Raditz, as Raditz would then grab it and deflect the attack, firing a double Sunday would actually kill Nappa, shooting through his stomach, killing him. This was when Vegeta would then scowl, as this irritated him. Raditz would actually try to attack Vegeta first, but Vegeta would then duck the attack and deliver a powerful gut punch. As Raditz was already tired fighting Nappa, he has no chance against him. Now, the other Z fighters were still fighting the Cybermen just like before. Now, this is when Vegeta would then look at Gohan with a smirk, as he would then state that what a young Saiyan and how strong he was, as he can sense Gohan's anger rising, as Gohan feels a close connection with Raditz, as that's his Uncle Raditz. Vegeta then knows that that's true, that half-breed Saiyans must get stronger. This is when Goku would then step into Vegeta and tell his friends all to leave the area, as him and Vegeta would then meet in the same spot as the original. Vegeta would then tell him that Saiyans are gauged at birth, but he was special. The entire Saiyan Codex was stolen, and it was put into his DNA by his father, giving him powers and abilities he could never imagine. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. But he's the prince of all Saiyans. No low-class trash can match his skill and speed and dedication. The two would then throw forward, throwing hands back and forth. Goku would then land a strong punch as Vegeta did the same. Vegeta would then throw a powerful ki blast at Goku, but Goku would then dodge the attack. He would then fly in, increasing his strength, gut punching him through the rock pillar, as it was a bloody fight. Both of them going back and forth. Vegeta would then note in anger that every single time that he hits him, it's not really damaging Goku that much. He holding back on him? This was when Vegeta would then wipe his mouth as he had blood on his fist. He would then be furious, as he would then fly in with everything he has, telling him how dare he make a super elite like him bleed. No low class can ever do this. He would then hit Goku right in the chin, as Goku slowly turned his head, glaring at Vegeta. Vegeta was then shocked, as he saw that his punch didn't affect him, as then Goku's eyes were glowing a yellowish color. He then grabbed his wrist and twist it back. Goku tells him that he has no chance. Vegeta's scouter began beeping, as Goku's aura glows a yellowish color, as he began crushing his wrist. As his scouter exploded going past 24,000, Vegeta would be able to escape, jumping back, and in anger rotating his fist, he would then fly into the air as he was beginning to charge his Gallic gun. Vegeta would then tell him that there's no way that he can deflect his Gallic gun, especially at this range, and the fact that he is finished. Do you hear me, Kakarot? Your whole planet is gone. He would begin charging up the attack, as Goku would then stand there, calmly, as he was then cupping his hands forward, then quietly yell out, "Ah, eh, ah, eh," as Vegeta would then finally scream out Gallic gun, throwing it forward. Goku would then yell, "Kamehameha," and then the beams would then clash together. Goku was actually able to match his Gallic gun. As Vegeta was in shock, he would then put all of his power into it, doubling the beam. This is when Goku would then smirk, and his eyes would glow more yellow, as he would then yell more beast-like, as his beam would triple in size, and it would hit Vegeta full force, sending him into the sky. Goku would then stand there calm, panting a little bit, but he couldn't sense his power. He must be dead, there's no way he could have survived that. But then he senses it, as from the sky with a big thud, Vegeta would then land on the ground as he was badly wounded and defeated. Vegeta would begin to crawl away, as he wasn't much of a threat anymore. Goku would then step in front of him, preparing to kill the prince. But then he sees Vegeta was actually a little bit of fear, mercy-like. Goku thinks that he should be dead, but it seems Vegeta has like a childlike fear. Goku would then actually let Vegeta crawl into his space pod, as Vegeta would tell him that you regret saving me, as he would then fly off. Vegeta, who was on Frieza Planet 79, would then recover, but word would get around quickly about a Saiyan defeating him. Frieza heard of the Codex after the army raided their files, but there was no data on it, but it appears that it could be true. Maybe there was a Super Saiyan. Hearing it from Vegeta's word, Frieza also tortured him as well to get the answers. Frieza worries that it might be a Super Saiyan, and if that was a Super Saiyan, he needs to be killed, or else he'll overthrow him. Frieza's fear turns him into drive, as Frieza would then set a course for Earth. As Vegeta would get there quicker because of the space pod, he would then fly on his own space pod way earlier, arriving on Earth. And Goku was there, and he wondering why he came back. Vegeta stopped him. He told him of a great threat that's coming to this planet. And that is it for this What If, you guys. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down below about Goku being a mutated Saiyan. We're going to be seeing more of Goku's powers later on, especially in the second part, so you guys don't want to miss it. In the comments down below, I want you guys to think and write me your ideas for what kind of powers do you think that Goku would have being a mutated Saiyan, as he has all of the abilities and ancient abilities from all the other generations of the Saiyan Empire. What other abilities do you think that Goku should have? Let me know down below in the comments. I appreciate all the support. Thank you guys again for 18,000 subscribers. You guys are the best. Let's get to 20,000 subscribers, and I'll talk to you all later.